The marriage supper of the Lamb, what is it exactly? Amongst people who study the book of Revelation, it may be a popular term, but to most people, it sounds like Greek. The marriage supper of the Lamb is found in the book of Revelation, chapter 19. So, okay, let's dive in for a quick minute and talk about exactly what it is. The marriage supper of the Lamb is a wedding reception. It is between Jesus, the bridegroom, and the bride of Christ, which is the raptured church. The marriage supper of the Lamb takes place during the time when those who are left behind in the rapture will be in the tribulation. The raptured church of Christ will be with its groom, the Lord Jesus, in heaven, the third heaven, enjoying life during the marriage supper of the Lamb. Many Bible scholars believe that this will take place for the entire period of 7 years, the entire period while the world is in tribulation. Us believers will be with the Lord in the marriage supper of the Lamb. Many Bible scholars believe it will be 7 years, as if we go back and we look at the ancient Galilean wedding, we see that there are so many similarities between the ancient Galilean wedding and the rapture of the church. Let's just talk about a couple. So, for example, the Lord Jesus himself, during the Last Supper, which could be seen as a type of engagement, would have exchanged and had wine with his disciples. And he would have told them that the next time that he would have wine with them, drink of the fruit of the vine, would be in his Father's house. You see, according to the ancient Galilean wedding ceremony, the bridegroom and the bride-to-be during their engagement would share wine, and it will be a type of a seal, and he would remind her that he is coming back for her. Now, in the ancient Galilean wedding, the bride herself would not know the day, the hour, or the time that the bridegroom would return. That would be left to the father's knowledge. The bridegroom himself would go home with his father, would prepare a place, and would come back for his bride. Usually it would be within a year's time. So the bride would know the season, but she would not know the day, the hour, and the time. Very similar to the fact that God, our Father, has taken Jesus back to heaven with him in the glorious ascension. Jesus is with him preparing a home for us, just like he said he would be. And when the Father ordains the time, and the Father has already ordained the time that the rapture would be, he would send Jesus back for us, and we would go to our mansions in heaven with him. It is the same concept. As it is in heaven, so it is on the earth. So we know that during the time of the wedding feast or the marriage supper of the Lamb, more than likely it would last for 7 years, as it was customary in the ancient Galilean wedding for the wedding reception to take 1 week, 7 days. Based on the concept of Daniel 9, in which 1 week is 7 years, this is how Bible scholars, believe that it will be for the 7 years. Many believe that adjoining the marriage supper of the Lamb at the very beginning of it would be the Bema Seat judgment, the time when believers will receive rewards for their acts of service right here on the earth. Yes, friends, we may be going through the thick of it. We may be going through a hard time today. Christians are being persecuted left, right, and center. Many are facing death for their belief in the Lord Jesus. But we know there will be a day, there will be a time when we will be rewarded for all the things we did for the gospel. So keep your eyes on Jesus. He is coming soon. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Pray for the lost and labor for the Master, because he is coming.